Hi, today's my week 24 update. Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Tina and I had traditional duodenal switch surgery on June 9th of 2020. I'm currently almost 6 months out from my surgery date. My starting weight, my highest weight of all time was 340 pounds. My surgery day weight was 252 pounds, and my current weight, as far as I know, is 208 pounds. I have the scale hurt my feelings, so we're having a timeout right now. But the last time I weighed at the doctor's office recently, I was still maintaining at 208 pounds. So yeah, that's my stats as far as my weights are concerned. I mentioned that I'm not weighing myself and I'm in a stall right now. I just want to say about that, I'm a chronic lifelong dieter. My weight has gone up and down so many times. And I do know my body, and as far as where my body likes to plateau is 210. It's 210 is one of them, and 170 is another one. So before I even started this whole process, I knew that getting below 210 pounds would be wonderful. And I would, just to get past that line is just a really big deal to me. So I'm just trying to not focus so much on that because it does bother me. I've weighed this amount for November is almost over, and I weighed the same weight since the beginning of November. So it's not, I wish I was going down. I wish things were moving a lot as far as my weight is concerned, but I'm so happy to be under 210 pounds. And I'm trying to just focus on that. And the other thing that I'm trying to focus on is and this happened last time I thought I was in a stall, is just to anybody out there who is thinking about having any type of bariatric surgery, or just anybody that's going through this process, the wonderful thing that I did for myself it's hard to do for some reason. I think for a lot of people, but for me especially, it's really, really hard for me to take my measurements. Partially because it's just too real. I remember one time when I was over 300 pounds, and I tried to measure at my hips, and my thighs are my problem areas. I tried to measure around my hips, and it was a 60-inch tape measure, and I couldn't fit it around myself without pulling it, So I think that's why I just have such a dislike, aversion, whatever it is, to doing measurements. But I did my measurements, and last time I was not losing weight real fast, I did it as well. But I do have some some measurements to share with you, so I'm pretty excited about this. So I measure my neck, my bicep, my forearm, underneath my breast, around my breast, my waist, the biggest part of my hips, my upper thighs, my lower thighs, my knee and my upper calf, my lower calf, and my ankle. Those are the things that I've measured. So when I did this, I was 3 months out from my surgery. Last time I did my measurements, and my total loss at that point was, throughout my whole body, was 36.5 inches. And this was 3 months ago. And I can't remember how much I weighed at that point, but, I don't drop weight really fast, so it's probably not a lot, probably not more than 20 pounds. But I took my measurements today, and my total inches lost from the end of February, when I took my first measurements, which was the day before I went to meet with Dr. Shrikant the very first time. So at that point, I weighed 282 pounds. But today, when I took my measurements, my total inches lost on my whole body in the last, 9 months, 52.5 inches. 52 and a half inches on my whole body. And the cool thing is that I've talked about before how I know that I'm losing weight on my upper body, and I always lose weight in my upper body. That's just how my body works. I was 340 pounds and I still had collarbones. So and it's kind of been to my benefit, or to not my benefit, but just something that I've kind of played with, because I always had an office job, so I could kind of get away with just staying seated when I was meeting somebody new, or, you know, just the games I played. But as far as my measurements are concerned, around my waist, I've lost 5.5 inches. Around the biggest part of my hips, I've lost 9 inches total in 6 months. 9 inches. That is so much. That is so much. I'm so excited about that, and I'm so happy about that. And I feel, I just feel like, how much more would that have been if I had continued working out and continued, I mean, you know, I'm trying not to have regrets, and I'm trying not to have negative thoughts about myself, but that's a lot. That's 9 inches around my hips and butt area. I'm so excited about that. And also my upper thighs are really a big problem area too. I've lost 7 inches around my upper thighs. 7 inches around my upper thighs and 9 inches around my hips. And I haven't lost as much in my, you know, I've lost 4 inches around my breasts. You know, it goes, I guess the smaller my body is, the less inches I'm losing, which is great. I don't want to have a pencil neck. I mean, whatever. Anyway, I'm just really happy about it. I'm really happy to be losing inches in my problem areas. So yeah, I've 52 and a half inches off my body. I'm just, I don't know how to even explain how excited and happy I am about that. So it works, it's working. Even if the scale isn't moving, things are still changing and moving, and my body is improving. Yeah, so if you are considering surgery, or even whatever stage you're in, even if you're past surgery and you didn't take your measurements, it's still going to be to your benefit to take your measurements right now, and then see where you are in 3 months or 6 months or whatever it is. When the scale stops or isn't moving as fast as you want it to move, it's really, really cool to take your measurements. I always heard that, but I don't know if I didn't believe it, or I just didn't like to take my measurements. So, but yeah, that's the truth. That's absolutely true. So that's what I have for my 24 weeks out update as far as my body measurements are concerned. I wish that I had more weight loss. I wish, you know, things were moving on the scale, but they're just not, and I can't change that. I've done everything I can. So, as far as food and what I'm able to consume, I'm going to do another what I eat in a day for my 6 months, so in a couple of weeks, I guess. But to be totally honest with you, things aren't really changing in that department. I still have to focus very heavily on protein. I did find out when I had my labs done that my protein is fine, so I feel good about that. I always worry about protein. I've been told to drink 5 shakes a day, 30 grams of protein each shake, and I haven't been totally doing that. It's just really hard for me to do that, and try to eat some food too. And I talked to the people in the Dr. Shrikant's office about that too, because they always ask me what my diet's like, and I don't know how I'm supposed to eat after I have all those shakes. I mean, I try to eat a little bit. I try to eat like boiled eggs or avocado or just whatever I'm interested in eating at that point. But it's just hard to, I just don't know what they're expecting, to be honest. And I always watch other people's videos and see what they eat in a day, and some people say the same thing. Like, I'm just not interested. Or sometimes you pick a day to do a what I eat in a day, and then you can't eat anything at all that day. So, I don't know. I know that I know that when I was before surgery, I really wanted to see how people were eating and see what people were eating in a day after surgery and in different points in time after surgery. So I understand why people want to watch videos like that, and I get it. I like filming them too. But just know I'm not eating a whole lot differently than I have. I'm going to try to not have as many shakes and try to eat more protein. So eat more eggs and cheese. And I have been eating a little bit of meat. It's not even about my surgery, not even about my weight. I just have a real weird aversion to meat. So it's hard for me, and as soon as I eat it, I just am completely grossed out and don't want to think about ever eating meat again. So that's where I'm at with that. No judgment to anybody that feels that I know I've been told, people have commented on some of my videos like, how can you possibly be vegetarian and have duodenal switch surgery? Well, I talked to the doctors before I had my surgery, and I knew that, and they were okay with it and said that was fine. So I just have to have alternate protein sources. I guess that's why I have to have a lot of shakes. But anyway, that's my 24-week update. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you. Bye.